Okay, guys, real quick. I did not go to CDL truck driving school. It's no secret. I went in, studied for the test, got on YouTube, grind. Went to this thing called the CDL test truck. Paid the guy back then it was 250. Paid the guy 250 to go ahead on use his truck. We went to Waco, Texas. Um, yeah, went in there, took the test, got my license, was gone. I'm not a fan of truck driving school. The number one reason I'm not a fan of truck driving school is because when I went to go get my um, CDL at this particular truck driving school in Jacksonville, Florida, major school in Jacksonville, Florida, uh, the guy said, I don't advise you to get your CDL, nor with us anyway, because you're not going to be able to find a job because you have a conviction on your record. I'm in the truck. He lied. Okay. Obviously, for promotional purposes, he probably wanted me to go to one of the schools that they probably have a partnership with, and I get it, man. I get the game. Trust me. But yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I'm against truck driving school. Second of all, it's expensive. It cost me 500, not even $500. I mean, I went to go take the test. Um, did the test. I flew out to. Oh no, I drove out to Waco. I would say all around it cost me about $500 to get my CDL. It's still cheaper than the very least you probably pay like $1,500 to $2,000 for a very mediocre school. A guy who just basically gonna probably drive you around a couple of times, teach you the air brake, the ins and out, boom, bam. You give him $1,500, boom. You didn't learn. The only thing you learn is the basics. You learn the stuff that you. I know people have like hands-on experience, whatever. No, no, no. Blase, boo, 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 boo. You're not going to get no experience or no real deal knowledge of truck driving until you get on the road. Period. A lot of stuff they didn't even attempt to teach me in the book. I had to learn stuff by trial and error, pretty much. Pretty much. So that's why I'm just against truck driving school, because I feel like it's a joke. Check this out. When I went to go take my CDL test, it was the guys who was with the men and the women who was with us with the CDL test truck. Everybody passed except one guy. It was two truck driving schools there. Every single person at that truck driving school failed. Failed. Now, I'm not saying there's not no great truck driving schools out there. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, nowadays, everything's so easily accessible. You got guys that's on YouTube or that you can meet at a truck stop that has more knowledge in his pinky than guys that's doing these CDL truck driving schools. And then you got to think about the business aspect of it. I mean, at the very least, they told me to go to a community college and take out a loan to spend 12 weeks in a program. And I still had to find a way to get a truck to take the driving test. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the stuff a lot of the experience you'll get is when you own a truck. Period. Period. I mean, it was a lot of things that I had learned just by on the truck that I had no idea about. Driving in very, very cold weather, brakes lock up on you. You know what I'm saying? A guy told me I'm using a defroster and it's snowing, and I'm instead of seeing snow just on the, ice starting to build up on my windshield wipers, and the guy at the truck started knocking off snow. And the old guy said, hey, man, try not to use your defrosters too much. Matter of fact, when it's snowing bad like this, try to use the bunk heat rather than the upfront heat, because that wet moisture makes the windshield wet and it makes the snow turns to ice and just packs on there. Because Yeah, because of the speed that you're driving, the ice that's coming down, all this other stuff. They didn't have that in the book. They didn't have that in the book. You know, they didn't. It's a lot of things they just don't. A lot of people just can't teach you. You have to learn on your own. And I know a lot of people probably gonna be against this truck driving school. Great. I'm just saying, for me, with everything being so accessible and CDL schools being so out of this world expensive, I feel like you should cut a couple of corners, save that money, and, you know, save it for your first trip. You know, because that first week of truck driving, I don't care what, if you go into a company, or you got a trainer, or you on your own. You might 9 times 10 you're gonna have a trainer. You know, you're gonna need that extra money to pay for a shower, pay for some food, pay for some gum. Gonna need the extra money for at least the first 2 or 3 weeks. You know, and there's a lot of companies that'll bring you out here with zero experience. You know, especially what I always tell guys. Hey, listen, a guy come to me and say, hey, listen, hey, I want to drive trucks. You got a record? No, good. You will have better opportunities than I did as a convicted felon. You know, so, and you won't have to go to companies that a lot of people frown upon, like Carolina Cargo and all this other stuff. But like I said, y'all saw that video I had. I don't have a problem with Carolina Cargo. They gave me a great opportunity when everybody else told me no. I don't have no issues. They never cheated me on money. Yes, I did go to California. Yes, I did. My training was great. I did become a trainer. I think probably like a month, 2 being there. And that guy was a terrible driver. But at the same time, I knew what I signed up for. You know, it's like you saying you really want a car, but you really don't have that much money. A guy say, listen, this is what I can do for the amount of money that you have. You know, and I drive the car off the lot. Now I'm mad because the car don't drive like a Maserati, however they drive. So I know what I signed up for, and it worked. I kept my driving record clean while I was there, and that experience led it to another. That experience led to another. That's what truck driving is all about. One experience. Once you get back that year experience, nobody can't tell you nothing. It was women at the truck driving school, at the truck driving test truck that I was at, that never stepped foot in a truck, and she scored higher than I did. It's not hard. You just got to pay attention. Truck driving is all about paying attention. Yes, we had a little pup trailer, and yes, we did drive an automatic. It was autos. It was I forgot what they called it. It switched back and forth from stick shift to what, like mine is. It can do stick shift and automatic. And then no, I don't have a restriction on my license. So anyway, that's my video for today. I don't think CDL school is where it's at because I feel like it's a waste of money. Can some people benefit from it? Absolutely. You know, I'm gonna say one more thing, then I'm gone. I have a bachelor's degree. Every single part of my bachelor's degree, except probably a year and a half, because I went to a school and I played football, was online. A lot of people may say, well, I need hands-on experience. I need to be in the school for them to teach me, whatever situation is. I finished my degree faster than my little sister. My little sister was, it took my little sister 3.5, 4 years to get associates. And you know the rest of the story, to get a bachelor's. It took me a year and a half to get my associates and another year and a half to get my bachelor's degree. Sometimes you got to cut corners to do this thing, you know. A lot of people used to frown upon online schools back in the day, but now they realize convenience is where it's at, because we don't live in those times where, you know, you can survive off of one income. Everybody has to have 2 hustles, whether it's 2-parent working household or you have a regular job and a side hustle. That's the time we live in. You know, so if I can save somebody some money by telling them, hey, listen, opt not to go to a CDL truck driving school, I would do that. You know. But anyway, I went to the CDL test truck, man. That's another little gig in Jacksonville, Florida. The latest charge. The CDL test trucks prices have went up a lot. Obviously, reasons why, you know. But it's still pretty. It's still cheaper than the truck driving schools. It's another gig in Jacksonville, Florida. The lady, this is a little school. They let you use their truck for $450. You do the test truck. It's pretty simple. If you got to do it on a weekend, it's $500. They don't pay me. They don't even know I'm making these videos. I don't believe. But at the same time, man, if you can save money to make money, that's where it's at. That's what truck driving is all about. You know, you get that experience so you can be able to gain that knowledge to save money, because if you out here doing stupid stuff as a truck driver, you're spending a lot of money. Those guys who got those big flashy Pete's, or those guys who got them real raggedy behind Freightliners, them old behind Freightliners, they saving a lot of money. Those guys who got them big Pete's, they know what they doing. Trust me, they ain't out here just flashing and showing whatever.